Chemistry cards.
Yeah. Are the Matrix? Sham Jeezy. Karatia. When me say U.P.K, U.K. Well, anyway. We there a whole a rem span the ends. Me and me dog them a whole a med span the ends. Every man ya so lose friends span the ends. Torment Babylon a put stress pan we head pan the ends. We feel this span the ends. Every man a try be the next span the ends. Dog, we fly out and one bend span the ends. But we die out and more dead pan the ends. Where me come from, you lucky if you live long. They in a the war zone, but I no Pakistan. A the place where you juvenile a the big man. Pray for you do time, brother, pick one, yo. Man a fi bleach, but I never zone. A the 6 pants and the rifle with kickstand. Quick answer to enemy, them response. You we dead if you a Christian, devil them strong. Me say, but it's a trick done. Them one we fall down in a the quicksand. Me kill a them where they a London, England. Teach me say the white man him is a trickster. The same struggle man a face in a Kingston. I see him struggle them a face in a Trinidad. All the way I go to Birmingham, Brixton. The link strong, it no matter what the distance. Hey, boom. We there a whole a rem span the ends. Me and me dog them a whole a med span the ends. Every man ya so lose friends span the ends. Torment Babylon a put stress pan we head pan the ends. We feel this span the ends. Every man a try be the next span the ends, dog. We fly out and one bend span the ends. But we die out and more dead body them. Once upon a time round ya so did nice. Full of vibes, man a play football, choose a side. If I no football, you like one go shoot your dice. But everything change when me nigga lose him life. Who for crime? A certain black coffee get scrutinized. Check every taxi on the route I drive. Then you to ride them two connive. Man have to sleep at the and shoot a night. And watch your head back, you never know who for time round. Ya no safe again. Watch out for the hate of them and the traitor them. And the fake friend dog, the acre tens. No solution for the comments. Babylon say ceasefire, but we nah no fate na them a sake of them. Make the crime rate so great again. And Jamaica red hot like the equator belt. Jamaica bread. Cause you never break no red. With the ghetto youth them, you send the Terminator them dad. So man a fi whole a rem span the ends. Me and me dog them a whole a med span the ends. Every man ya so lose friends span the ends. Torment Babylon a put stress pan we head pan the ends. We feel this span the ends. Every man a try be the next span the ends, dog. We fly out and one bend span the ends. But we die out and more dead pan the ends. Lucky if you live long, they in a the war zone. But I know Pakistan is a place where you juvenile a the big man. Pray for you do time with a big one, dog. Man a fi bleach, but I never zone. A the 6 pants and the rifle like kickstand.
Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga.
This a Batman tune, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint. This a Batman tune, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. I already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on Run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. Little nigga, this that call, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. U.P.K. bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man. Shit at the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one west practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog. You with us or not? We can get it on when it's on. It don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy. You on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Most High in Christ, man. This is On the Ends, the 145th episode of On the Ends. You know what I mean? I'm myself, Captain Karatia Salaki. I forgot, you know, Salaki. You know what I mean? Officer 5000, Dungle Bar, the two wolves. What are you saying, Dungle Bar, man? Shalom, Lord in Christ. Right there, that was.
We're here. Sorry, say that again.
There, that was a card right there. You know what I mean? Brocking up a club in Leicester. You get me? What's the club called, Dungle Bar? The Bucks.
Boxed.
I saw it called the Bucks. That's a wonderful club to perform at. You get me? The Bucks, you know. Yo, man performing in the Bucks. But Salaki, that was a hard tune. You know, if you only was there, man, should have been there, man, at the UK trip. You know what I mean? So when's the next feast say that, Dangaba? Salaki?
It is December the 6th, I believe. The feast of dedication. So come on down to that. We're going to be doing that. 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Come on down to that.
Most High in Christ. So make sure you're there for the next one, man. You know
What's
what I mean?
that? You're under a hairdryer?
Come again?
Oh, I thought there was a
Microphone.
hairdryer in your hand. Shit. That shit look like a hairdryer. I was going to say, damn.
Even
Let me see that microphone.
Man got to dry their hair too, you know.
I don't know, man.
Even if man got to dry their hair too, you know. Salaki.
I don't know, man. I stick to the towel. I stick to the towel.
Dagobah is the hairdryer. You're not gonna tell me in 2023 Dagobah ain't using the hairdryer. Don't lie to me. I don't
Nah,
for
man.
fact you are.
Listen,
Fact.
what you gotta do, yeah? You gotta leave it a little bit wet and get a cold, man. Get me? You gotta just leave it wet and get a cold. So lucky.
No, for a fact, he's the hairdryer. The big man thing. But get into it, man. First things first. So, this is an article. So there was an Indian man that roughed up a black woman in a hair shop in Peckham. And since then, everyone's been boycotting him, not buying the weaves and the hair glue and, you know, the cosmetics. You know what I mean? The hair dryers, Dungaba. People ain't buying the hair dryers. You know, people ain't buying the afro combs, whatever the case may be. And, you know, put this man out of business. And this is what this man's saying since all this happened. I think it's been like a month now.
Past something like, has it even been that long? But yeah, about 3 weeks actually. 3 weeks to a month.
This is what this guy's saying. About 3 weeks to a month.
I.S.U.P.K.
Oh, what about please?
You know what it is? Make sure you look into I.S.U.P.K.
Maybe a second. Keeps playing like that. Give me 2 seconds. What you see now, Dungaba, on your screen?
I can see the I.S.U.P.K. advert, but it seems like there's a little glitch kind of thing.
The intro.
Yeah, I can see the intro, but it's not playing. Oh yeah, it's come off now.
So you back yet?
Nah, nothing's come on the screen yet. It's
So
just
keep
me
it on
and
the bar.
you. Yeah, I can hear.
So I had a bit of blip there. I don't know what happened. So luck, yeah. I think there's a bit of a time lag. Anything on the screen now that you can see?
It's loading. Nah, it's still loading.
So luck, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's come up. Say hail.
You can see it, yeah? Okay, so it reads
Yeah, it's Sahel.
Sahel Sindo, the owner of Peckham Hair and Cosmetic Shop, who was filmed strangling a black woman in his shop, claims he is now destitute and his children have been living off bread because angry locals have refused to shop there and the activity stopping others going in. And to this man saying basically because black people don't shop in the shops no more, that now his kids have to eat bread. Sorry about that. He's saying now his kids have to eat bread because no one's shopping there and what type of stuff there. And I hope he ain't trying to get no sympathy of us. Listen, I couldn't care less, man. That's what should happen to every single heathen that harms one of us, man. Other heathen should hear about this and say, you know what, we gotta start ruffling these black people, man. Shopkeepers all over the country should hear about this and say, yo, we gotta stop mocking the accent every time they come in our shop, man. All over the country, they should hear about this and say, you know what, we gotta stop upping our prices when black people come in. In fact, let's lower our prices. Hope you're looking for sympathy. Listen, you can't get sympathy from me talking about your children are hungry. Listen, there was a time when your kids weren't hungry and it was black people feeding them. The time when your kids were going to college and going to school, and there was a time when your kids were doing better than us, and we're the reason why they were doing good. Listen, man, you wanted to live good off black people forever, man. That's the problem, man. Listen, you had your fun, you got your money, you got rich, man, and just take it and move on, man. The problem is you wanted black people to live under you forever, man, and the Lord had other plans. Slack, yeah.
And this man said his children are eating bread. Listen, man, our children's been eating bread our whole life, man. We've been taught our whole life. Listen, now you know what it's like to have a black man's diet, man.
That's right.
We barely got bread. You're saying, "Oh, my children are eating bread." Listen, man, this is the thing. I don't know where he's put. Imagine this. Imagine you've got that big hair shop, and after a month you're claiming that you broke. Listen, man, if that's the case, if what you should do is turn over that shop to black people, man. That's what you should do. Listen, if you want your children to eat food and they're only eating bread and you're broke, you sell this shop to me for half price, man. That's what you should do. You sell this shop to me for half price. We'll have the sisters run that shop, man. We'll turn this into a black-owned business. We'll be selling the weave and whatever else is in there. We'll be selling the weave and all of these things in there. And guess what? If any black woman did come in there stealing, we would know not to choke her like she's an animal, man. At least we will deal with her decently. That's what he should do. Listen, if your children are starving, sell the shop, man, and just keep the money. That's what you should do.
That's right.
Sell the shop and take the money. This man's a liar. What he wants you to do is feel sorry for him. He's trying to say, "Oh, my children are only eating bread because no one comes in the shop and they're stopping others coming in the shop." Listen, man, join the club. Black people have been trying to set up businesses before, and the same thing. And you Asians do the same thing. You stop black people from renting shops, man. You stop black people from putting shops in certain neighborhoods, man. You charge them double rent. You charge them all these extortionate prices, and we can't feed our children, man. Just look at Caribbean food shops. They have to charge so high. Why? Because they can't feed their kids. Why? Because the price that you put the rent up. Now you East Indians is getting a taste of your own medicine, man. Now you're finally seeing what we go through, man. Listen, and the thing is this: what we go through is not a fault of our own, but what you done was a fault of your own, man. Now over you trying to choke a black woman because you thought black people don't support one another and they don't care about each other. You thought you was going to get away with it, and now you're claiming your children are eating bread, man. That's an East Indian problem. Hopefully they got some curry to dip the bread in. So luck, yeah. You better make some curry for them to dip the. Make some. What's that curry? Vindaloo and. Actually, let me shut up before they take us off the air. Let me be quiet.
Listen, what you're saying is true, man. You want us to care about your family. Meanwhile, you don't care about ours, man. That black woman was someone's family, and you thought you could choke her. And I don't care if she isn't in the wrong, man. You know what I mean? Someone got to pay for all the time that the Indian people been overcharging us, man. Someone got if one got to go down, I'm happy enough, man. You know what I mean? For years you've been overcharged us in your shop, man. You know what I mean? We can't compete with your prices, so we're forced to close down. You've been taking advantage of us, and now you know how it feels, man. You want everyone to care about your family, meanwhile you don't care about ours, man. You don't care about ours when you open up West Indian shops and sell us yam. You don't care about our stores when you know you're stopping frisking us in your shop and searching us around your shop, following us around your shop, and upping your prices on us. And now you're going for some hard times. So be it, man. You know what I mean? Do what we do. You got to find another way to make some money, man. That's how it is. But if you're looking for sympathy, it ain't going to happen, man. I don't feel sorry. In fact, this needs to happen more, man. More black people need to band together and shut down all these stores, man. And black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, man. This shows the power you have, man. We think that we ain't got no power. We think that we, can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean? Can't beat them, join them, man. You know what I mean? Nothing we can do, so we might as well shop in their shops. This shows on a small level that we got power, man. And if every black Hispanic man, Native Indian man had his strength and band together, listen, we've got untouchable, man. We could shut down the bus service. We could shut down this whole entire empire, man. If we stick together, we can shut down one India, man. Listen, we can shut down England, man. We can shut down the buses, Argos, Asda, everything. If every black Hispanic man said, listen, I ain't going to work tomorrow until you start treating us properly, man. We can shut down the NHS, man. We can shut down anything. So, black man, we do have the strength, man. The only problem is, thanks to Christianity and Islam and religion, we're divided, man. And we love these nations, and we don't love ourselves, man. So, like, yeah.
Right. And what that man should do, if his children are eating bread, this is what he should do. Go get a job, man. That's it. The solution is go to the job center, man. There's jobs. Go get a job, man. Surely he can do the jobs that black people do. Get a cleaning job, get a second job. Our grandparents worked 3 jobs so their children could eat, man. And it worked. Right. So what this man should do, go get a job, man. No one's coming in the hair shop no more. Go get a job, man. Go knock on people's door and cut their grass and go get a job go to the job center and do some type of job, man. That's what you should do. Do what they tell us to do. Why don't you get a job? They tell us, man, stop looking for handouts, get a job. That's what we've heard our whole life. Get a job. Tell this man, stop looking for handouts, man. Stop looking for black people's money, buying weaves. Listen, man, go get a job. It's not hard. You go to the job center and you apply for how much jobs did they used to make you apply for a day?
I can't remember, man. But I don't like you had to have like a minimum 5 a day, was it? Okay, no. It's been a while for luck, yeah. You search for a certain amount, and they belittle you in them job centers, man. You know what I mean? Call your name out and say, how much jobs have you looking for today? If you don't get a certain amount of jobs, we're gonna sanction you. Listen, it's time you get a taste of that, man. Or invest in something else, man. Do the chip shop business, man. You know what I mean? Do that, man. So luck, yeah. You know what I mean? But that's how it is, man. You know, he'll be all right. He's in England, Dungabar. You know what I mean? He can get some dole money. He can sign on. You know what I mean? Get a little money a fortnight. His kids will be okay. In the UK, they said they don't have to eat breadcrumbs Dungabar because in the UK there's something called food bank. They'll be all right. I'm pretty sure the muscles after him as well. He'll be all right, man. Don't watch that. But blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to band together more, man. What we saw there, us coming together, shows the power that we have, man. We could shut down all these businesses tomorrow, but the problem is we're not united, man. But we could do it, man. Look how we shut him down on a small scale, man. Look how Peckham shut down this one man, got his kids eating breadcrumbs, man. We can have all of England eating breadcrumbs if we stick together, man. That's what we gotta do. You know what I mean? But this is another video I saw this week, man. It showed me something. Jen Mohammed told me how black people always blame each other for being poor. We blame each other for our condition. We always say, oh, you know how black people are, and oh man, black people are always late and you can't trust black people. And he said, you know what? White people never blame each other. You never hear white people say, oh, you know how white people are. you know, always invading countries, always stealing oil. They would never blame themselves, man, because they love themselves. But we've been taught to hate ourselves and talk bad about ourselves. And I saw a video the next day proving what Jeremiah Muhammad was saying. Black people say, oh, you know, remember back in the Dunga Bar, black people say, oh, too much yardies are coming over, man. Too much, I can't stand them yardies. And there was our people, our grandparents were yardies, man. And he said, you never hear Italians saying, oh, too much Italians are coming over, man. You never hear a Pakistani man go, yo, too much freshies, too much, I can't stand it, never. But we've been taught to hate ourselves, man. So they went around here and they asked people, say, listen, your grandparents in the 60s, were they racist? That's white people and black people. And listen, these are the two different answers.
I would know.
No, I don't think on a personal level he's racist.
No. Would you describe your grandparents as racist?
I don't think I would know.
No, I don't think on a personal level he's racist.
No. They're not racist at all.
It's good. Would you say your grandparents are racist?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Yeah.
Probably on my dad's side, yeah.
You've got the slightest bit of anything in you.
Yeah.
It's like, stick to your own, man.
Because sometimes they do say some stuff about white people that is crazy, but it's not crazy at the same time.
Whether or not it's somewhat internalized in their generation is a different thing. But I've never noticed it, like, speaking to them.
They said the most racist things, like, whilst a white person's walking past, I'm thinking, you do realise we're in a country and we're not in St. Lucia, like.
Do you like to go visit your
Well, you look at that, man. These are people in their 20s and early 30s, man. Their grandparents were the same ones that called your grandparents gollywog, man. The same ones that wouldn't give your grandparents a job. The same one that owned all the houses that were renting black man one room, man. And these oppressors say, no, they weren't racist, man. But the black ones go, yeah, my grandparents are racist. Meanwhile, your grandparents never rejected a man a job because of his race. Your grandparents prayed to that white Jesus, went to that church every day, and we call our grandparents racist. How are we racist, man? How are we racist? Because we might make a one racial slur. We ain't racist. To be racist, you need power. You know what I mean? What white man have we not given a job to? What white man did we cram into council estates? What white man have our police killed? We ain't racist, but we think that our grandparents are racist. And the real racists say, nah, my grandparents ain't racist. Say, my grandparents ain't racist. They're the same grandparents that oppressed our grandparents, man. You read a book like what? The Windrush, the history of the Windrush, you'll see how black people were treated in the 60s, and that was their grandparents, but they don't blame themselves, though. They said, nah, my grandparents weren't racist. You know what I mean? It must have been somebody else not giving black people jobs down the bar. It must have been somebody else going packy bashing, Salakia. It must have been somebody else beating up black people. Somebody else's grandma with the skinheads and the NFs and the Teddy Boys. Somebody else's grandparents was Enoch Powell, making speeches like the rivers of blood. It weren't theirs though. Salakia.
And if England's a racist country and none of their grandparents are racist, I need to know where these racists are, man. Which lets you know all of them said their grandparents ain't racist, which shows they are racist, man. And everybody knows that. Or these older generation of Edomites was racist, because that's the generation that hated black people in the country, man. They didn't want them here. And there's other videos where, remember that video? I don't even know if we even still got it. Remember them Edomites saying that they didn't want black people in the police force.
Can't. I don't know.
So it was like they didn't want black people in the police force. She's someone's grandma, and the grandparents teach these things to their grandkids. Listen, man, they're all racist, and everybody knows it. It's nothing to even hide and lie about. Imagine this: all the black people saying, "Yeah, my grandparents are racist." No, man, your grandparents was oppressed, man. Your grandparents was oppressed, and your grandparents your parents would subconsciously tell you that oppressor is the devil, man. That when they would tell you, yeah, you have to work twice as hard as those other people. Why did they have to work twice as hard? Why? Because England's racist, man. And their boss was racist, and the oppressor is racist, and your parents know it, man. All these people lying saying no, they're not racist. Of course they are, man. I guess I guess black people wasn't enslaved then. I guess British people didn't own slaves in the Caribbean and so
That's
forth.
right.
I guess British people wasn't part of the cotton trade and the tobacco and the sugar cane. I guess I guess Edomites didn't ride on horses and black people's running behind the horseman. I guess that didn't happen. I guess black people wasn't whipped and lynched and put on slave ships, man. I guess that didn't happen because nobody's racist.
That's right.
We're making it up. It didn't happen because nobody's racist, according to these. Okay.
Yeah, man. Listen, these racist people that did all these acts, don't go by it, there was someone's grandparents. So lucky that there was someone, there was someone. Listen, these racists had children. The police force that used to stop and frisk black men for having dreadlocks, man. There's someone's grandchildren. You know what I mean? The police force that used to come to your party, man, and it throw down your speakers. There's someone's grandparents. Whose grandparents are they, man? If no one's grandparents is racist,
right.
And then brothers are saying, yeah, my grandparents are racist because they might make a one comment. Nah, man, your grandparents are oppressed, man. And he sees his devil oppressing him, and he opens his mouth and says, listen, don't marry them. You know what I mean? Don't love them. And yet we consider that racist. Meanwhile, these oppressors, their grandparents did acts against your grandparents, man. Locked them up in jail, wouldn't give them jobs because of their race, man. Wouldn't give them housing because of their race, man. Winston Churchill didn't want black people in his country, man. They lied to Jamaicans and said, listen, they no jobs over here, man. They no jobs in England. Oh, man, don't really want to come to England, man. It's boring, man. You know what I mean? It's not nice over here. That's real racism, man. And this is someone's grandparents, man. These people are someone's grandparents. And because a black man tells his son, don't marry a white woman, that's racism. Nah, man. They are the real racists. Look at the acts that they've done to black people, man. We've never refused them jobs. We've served their God, went to their church. You're fought in their army, man. Love them. We didn't put them in the trenches. They put us in the trenches, man.
Right.
They wouldn't allow us to fly their planes in World War I and II, man. Imagine that they're losing a war and they're like, yeah, but I can't have a black man in my plane, man. I'm losing a war, but I'd rather lose a war than have a black man fly one of my planes. To fly a plane is going to make him feel good about himself, and I can't have that, man. Didn't want a black man even shooting a German. So, you know, a black man shooting a German is going to make him feel a bit too powerful, man. I don't know how I feel about him killing white people, man. That's real racism, and guess what? These people had children, man. And they're the white people you see today walking around in London, man. Walking around in Birmingham, walking around in Manchester, man. Them same ones that you love so much and want to marry and work for, man. It's lucky, don't go
our grandparents, the thing is, our grandparents wasn't racist enough, man. That's the problem. While it is, they loved their oppressors so much that they went to church with them. They tried to do everything for them. They tried to be equal, and it never worked out, man. And now these are going to sit here and say, our grandparents wasn't racist. Listen, man, I guess the movie Roots is fiction. I guess it's fiction. I guess, what's all these other slave movies?
12 Years a Slave, Zong, Windrush, all these.
I guess all of this is, what's that thing that is it anime? That thing, I guess it's all anime. I guess it's all that Chinese gibberish. I can't talk bad about anime, right? You love that shit.
Okay, I don't watch it. I don't watch it.
You don't watch it no more.
You're pissed off for Albert, though. You're pissed off for Albert. I don't watch it too much.
Yeah, I guess it's all anime or anime or anime, however you say it. Anime or anime. Listen, I guess it's all fake. Racism exists, man. Racism exists, and while it's black people have been so used to racism that we think, you know what, it's just normal. Like, we think it's normal to be treated as a second-class citizen, man. We think it's normal to work harder than everybody else. We think it's normal to don't speak like this because I'm black and I'll be deemed aggressive. Imagine this: the oppressor tells black people, "Oh, because you lot are black and look like this, you're aggressive." These times, the slave master's the one that had the whip. That sounds aggressive to me.
That's right.
That sounds aggressive to me. Listen, the man attacking everybody. The man attacking everybody and beating everybody and killing them and hanging them. That sounds aggressive to me. The man hanging from the rope. That's the victim, man. Usually, I've not seen a white man hanging from a rope. I used to see black men hanging from ropes, man. I've not seen a white man tied against the tree and have a whip to his back. All I see is black people bleed. Listen, at this stage in life, people say we all bleed red, but I don't even know if that's true. I've never seen a white man bleed. So, have you ever seen a white man bleed? I've never seen it.
Only the movies. You know, movies ain't real. The anime. Talk about the anime. So
it might be anime.
only in the anime. So I don't even know, man.
That's
Okay,
it.
yeah.
They say we all bleed red. We've never seen him bleed, man, because he's the one making everybody else bleed. He's abusing everybody, racist to everybody, oppressing everybody. Like what you'll find is every single race has a problem with these oppressors, man. The
That's
East
right.
Indians problem with their oppressors, the Arabs problem with their oppressors, us problem with their oppressors, Africans problem with their oppressors. Everyone has a problem with this man, and then this man comes on TV and says, "No, my grandparents wasn't racist." Listen, man, he lies, man. His words are smoother than butter, man.
That's right.
Imagine this, based off the whole history. How can they come out there and say my grandparents ain't racist? Like we don't have a TV and we don't have history books. Like listen, man. It's Black History Month now, according to them. This is their Black History Month, and all we learn about in Black History Month is what? Slavery. That's all we learn about,
That's
man.
right.
All we learn about
Trevor
is being a
McDonald's
good
progress.
slave. It's like I say that again.
Talk about how Trevor McDonald came from nothing.
Mhm.
And, him a news presenter and just prominent black people, man.
What colour is Trevor McDonald's wife again?
Come on, man. But you already know. You gotta ask me. You already know.
See, this is what I'm saying, man. That's not Black history, man. You want Black history, you got to put one of us up there, man.
That's right.
Put one of these beautiful black families up there, man. That's what you got to do for Black history. Open. This is what they should do. Open up everything they have, all their arenas, and allow us to go in there and do a lecture, man. Allow us to go. These universities should allow us to come in there and do a Black history lecture. Means as you care about Black history so much, allow us to come in there and do a Black history lecture, man. That's what you should do. Allow us
And
to
what
do.
you don't understand is,
Okay, go ahead.
What they don't
Allow us
understand
to
is
do a
Black
Black history lecture.
Black
Go
history
ahead.
is the Bible. Black history is the Bible. The Bible is Black history. You're thinking that if you're a black man, you're thinking that the Bible is a white man's book. Nah, man. Black history is the Bible is Black history. Samson, black man. David, black man. Jesus Christ, the angels, God, all black men. It's a history of how we had a kingdom and how we disobeyed our God and how we lost it, man. That right there is Black history. It's not about no black man 60 years ago that became a news presenter, man. You know what I mean? So basically, I gotta base how great black people are in the UK over a nigga that tells, a nigga who's a journalist, man. That's not progression. That ain't progression. Let me tell you something, black man. We're better than some black men that came and became the best news at 10 presenter, man. In the Bible, we're the own kingdom, man. We're great women, great children, great. Show them Dungabar. Show them Dungabar.
Yeah, let me know if you can see it. Can you see it?
That's Jesus Christ, man. The 12 disciples, black men with the afros, man. Black men with the afros, man. That's real Black history right there. Not a black man that's a journalist. You know what I mean? Not who else is doing good as a black person? What's the other one? That Moira Stewart.
Who's that?
You know about Moira Stewart?
Maury Povich.
Moira Stewart, man.
Maury what?
Moira Stewart. If I show you here, you know her, man. You know Moira Stewart?
Who's that?
I saw her with the picture. She don't know her. Talk about you must know her, man.
Put a picture up of her. Let me see.
There she is. Come on, man. You must know Dagobah. Come on, man.
Nah, what does she do?
News presenter. Oh man, you're making me feel old. Anyway, she's a news presenter, and every Black History Month to talk about Moira Stewart, man. You know what I mean? Trevor McDonald and prominent black people. And let me tell you something, man. Our history's greater, man. Show me some more history, Dungabar. TITHES Aquan knows, man. Come on, man.
Can you see this one? Look at the afro. This is a child image of Jesus Christ with the afro.
A depiction, man. Not saying that was him, but it's a depiction of what's that? The Russian icons. That's the Russian icons, man. And some of these pictures have been whitewashed. Some of the pictures have been whitewashed, man. And how you can tell is that on the fingers, they couldn't get the paintbrush in there to paint the fingers, so the fingers will be brown, and the rest of the body will be white, man. And they're saying stuff like, "Oh, the face is black because a fire happened in the temple and the smoke went in the cloth." But then you see them with white clothing on. That's the lies and the extent they'll go to, man. You get me? What's like, Dunga man? What lectures you got coming up, man?
What do you say?
What lectures you got coming up, man? I know you
Listen,
got some history coming up soon, man.
I reckon we might need to do a. I reckon we might need to do a Dark Ages lecture. You know, what you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon we might need to do a Dark Ages lecture.
You're the UK's Katham, man. So General Katham, so you know what I mean. You got us. I saw you soaking all the information from General Katham, man. You know what I mean, getting it in. So whenever you're ready, man.
Yeah, listen, we had a great conversation on history. Listen, I wish it didn't end, but yeah, 100%. Obviously, I need to check with Captain Mashak, see if we can get a Dark Ages lecture or something. I'm talking do it from the fall of Rome all the way up until the sack of Constantinople, all the way up until then. But we'll see.
Okay.
Listen,
Like,
I need everyone to message Captain Mashak and ask him, can we please have the lecture? Salakia. I need everyone to message Captain Mashak's inbox, say, can we please have the lecture?
we'll do that for you, man. So I was telling them in the UK, the Black History Month is in October, and I was telling the general in his class that as blacks and Hispanics, we come from like well-popular areas where over time the oppressor sees us more, so he learns to stomach us. You know what I mean? Some of the women even marry us. We marry the woman, so we think that when we at camp, black men are like, oh, that's in the past, man. White people are cool. They're cool because we grew up in inner city areas where white people learn to stomach us. And what a lot of us don't know that when you go outside of London, Birmingham, and Luton and Manchester, that these oppressors don't see black people that often, and they're racist, man. We think that racism is a thing of the past. It used to happen. Listen, it's alive and well, man. But because you live in London, where your next door neighbor might be an oppressor, your next door neighbor might be Romanian and Polish, we think, oh, nah, man, racism in the past, and you black men are stuck in the past. Listen, racism exists, man. I'm gonna show you something that what Harvey said from Society Crew. Yeah, he said it himself. Let me tell you something, man. I used to think that black people come so far. I used to think, oh my God, Black History Month, man, we come so far. And every show on TV was a black show. And when I go into Tesco, there was pictures of Trevor McDonald on the wall and Morris Stewart on the wall and Trevor Nelson on the wall and all these black people that did so great, man. Until I left Birmingham, man. I went to one of these small cities, man. I went to Tesco where there was nothing on the wall. There was just Halloween masks, man, and witches and jack-o'-lanterns, man. And no one even knew what Black History Month was. We think that we've come so far and the whole country acknowledges us. They don't, man. Because we're in a bubble like Birmingham, we think, yeah, everyone knows they don't, black man, Hispanic, man. That's the game they played on you, man. And if you don't believe me, listen, Harvey will say it himself, man. Let me play it for you real quick.
People be like, you're fucking nick. I'd be like, what? But it was normal to them to the point that they'd get called in. I've seen all man racism. When I used to go to Plymouth, I was like, my cousin's a mixed race. And like, my cousins used to have arguments. People would be like, you're fucking nick. I'd be like, what? But it was normal to them to the point that they'd get called in. Accept that. So in Plymouth, that's why people knew me in Plymouth. So I used to be smashing up all the boys. You what? Hold that. Hold that. What? Because I come from London mentality. You can't call someone a nigger in the streets that I come from and get the fuck away with it. Do you understand? Black people and white people in the hood are integrated. We're all one. Asian people, we're all one. My Asian guy, that's my Asian.
See, and so he said, that's the problem. He said, I come from London. And that's the problem, man. London's a big melting pot, man. And even in London, people are still racist, man. You don't believe me? Ask Mark Duggan, man. You don't believe me? Ask Rochelle and Charles, mum. People are still racist. But you come from, big cities like London and Manchester. So you think white people ain't racist, man. Listen, man, all you got to do is take a step out of your area, man. You'll find out, man. Go to these places where they don't see a black face for miles, man. They'll let you know in a second, man. You think in the 60s, the way these men are racist, man. You think in the 60s, the way these men will call the police on you and probably rush you, man. Go to places like certain parts of Liverpool, man. In 2023, Liverpool, which is a big city, in 2023, man, people are still racist, man. So lucky, man.
And listen, man, everybody's racist in every city. The thing is this, for the most part, you just don't believe it because they're not racist to your face. But everyone is racist, man. Everybody has notions that they think of certain races. Like, say, for instance, people think all like what people get like he said this guy's my Asian guy. What you need to realize is most people, there's people within a race that they can tolerate. That's all it is. They probably find one person in a race and then they start to say things like, yeah, because you're polite for a black person. You know when they make comments like that? That's because they're racist, man. People listen, if you've been around other races, they start to say certain things to you like, because yeah, you're different to a black person. Because yeah, he's different from other black people. And they do this why? Because they're racist, man. But sometimes they can tolerate someone within a race. For the most part, if you're around them, they probably can tolerate you. Like say for instance, there's some devils that we work with, and we know they're racist, but they can tolerate us on the job because they can be professional. The thing is this: black people get Edomites being professional mixed up with they're not racist. They are racist, man. Because let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. There was a sister that had a job, and she worked with she went to college or something with some Edomites, and she considered these Edomites her friends. She's like, these are my friends. After school, there was some white people versus black people, and she happened to be passing by on the bus, and the white people that she thought was her friend, she could see them screaming nigger and throwing stuff, and then they've seen her, and they've stepped back into the crowd. So now they know when to turn their racism on and when to turn it off, man. And that's why the Bible says never trust your enemy, because you've been deceived by your enemy, man. You've been deceived by believing his smooth words. You've been deceived by thinking some of them are nice. They're lying to you, man. They're nice to your face. And when they're in their natural habitat, they're racist as could be, man. They're racist as could be. Listen, the oppressors that live in your neighborhood right now, if they didn't live in your neighborhood and they lived in, let's say, Sutton Coldfield or somewhere amongst other Edomites, and there was a house for sale next door to theirs, do you think they would let your black ass live there? No, man. No. You're gonna be going to the the mayor of the city saying, because I got a few Edomite friends, this person and this person, ask them I'm a good person, and they're gonna turn around and say, don't let him live next to me, man. These Edomites don't want to live next to you. The only thing is you think they're not racist is because these is the poor ones that happen to live in the ghetto with you, man. Put them amongst their rich brothers. They would never want to be like you. What you'll find is the Asians that black people are cool with is what? The ones that live in the ghetto. The Edomites black people are cool with is the ones who what? Have you noticed it's always the trailer trash ones? It's always the trash ones. So I could go
the ones that couldn't make it out. That's what it is. It's ones that when black people moved into the neighborhood, everyone dipped. And some white people so poor just couldn't afford it. So sadly they had to stay in the ghetto with us. And their kids grew up with us. And over time, our kids said, yo, what's this reggae music you playing? Oh, this not too bad, man. And over time, his mum got to know your mum. But that don't mean anything, man. Black man, we got to start thinking that because one of them is cool, that they're all cool, man. That don't mean anything. Let me tell you something. My rib hates dogs, man. Can't stand them, scared of dogs. And there's some dogs that she's cool with. Some neighbors, that dog she knows and she's cool with them. But she hates dogs as a whole. And that's what the oppressors do. They hate black people. But there's that one black man, he's cool, man. I know him, man. He don't bite. He's all right, man. And that's what it is. It's like a dung about to cut you off. Sorry.
And that's all it is. So we fall in love and be like, he's not racist because he comes around to mines and he listens to reggae music. The only reason he does that is why? Because he's poor, man, and he doesn't have no other option. He has nowhere else to go. And as soon as they have somewhere else to go, it's not going to be around you, man. But you get caught up with loving them. Like, the thing is this, the poor ones, you welcome them with open arms, and then black people with money, when you try to live amongst those white people, they don't welcome you with open arms, man.
That's right.
You do know England's so racist that if you buy a property in a white neighborhood, the house prices go down, man. What you'll find is once upon a time, Great Bar was full of Edomites, man. Can you remember when Great Bar was full of Edomites? Now Great Bar, the houses have come down in price. Why? Because so much black people live there now. Listen, man, wherever you go, you bring the house prices down, man. Listen, you're trying to move away from us, and you black people trying to move away from us. Once you move there, the house prices go down. Then I'm gonna buy a house there and live next to you, man. You black people trying to escape me. I'm coming to stay with you, man. So
remember black people here? We kept trying to go to schools outside the ends. Like we say like first, black people go to schools like Aston Manor, what's it called, Broadway, and black parents like, I ain't sending my kids to black schools. I'm sending my kids to 4 dwellings, man. And then what happened? That school just became a black school, man. And then white people start going to that school. Why that school's too ghetto? And black people just wherever we go, just bring the value down, man. I'm going to Harborne. Let's go. I'm going to Hodge Hill and Harborne, and them schools just became, after a while, white people said, my kids ain't going there. Too much black people, and that's what it is, man. You're trying to run away from black people, and the oppressors trying to run away from you. So
and it's crazy, man. Listen, what you black people got to realize is we're always going to end up together, man. You're trying to leave me. I'm trying. Listen, you black people trying to leave me. I'm gonna be right next to you, man. This is the thing. You black people trying to move out the neighborhood and move to somewhere like Little Aston, thinking, yeah, because I'm richer than these other black people. They can't catch me. I'm buying a house over here. Once you buy that house and you move into that neighborhood, the house price goes down because you black, man. And you bring the price down for me to move right next to you, man. Listen, black people, you need to realize you can't escape black people, man. We're in this together. You're trying to join another race and trying to love another race and trying to leave you people behind. And the thing is this, we don't need to move nowhere, man. All we need to do is serve the Lord and change our life, man. That's what we need to do. You need to get in the I.S.U.P.K and learn how to change your life. And guess what? The ghetto could be the kingdom of heaven, man. That could happen. Imagine the ghetto could be a place where there's no needles, man. Where there's no drugs, where there's no knife crime. If everyone just does what? Loves their neighbor as their self, man. Guess what that would mean? That would mean I can't sell drugs. Why? Because I wouldn't want my mom to cry how this man's mom's crying for him. You can't go shoot another and stab another black man. Why? Because I don't want to take this man away from his children, because I wouldn't want someone to take me away from my children. A precept like that could transform the ghetto, man. And people that say the Bible's tampered with, listen, man, you ain't never read the Bible. You ain't seen them powerful scriptures in the Bible. While it is, you don't know how to break them down, man. When Christ said, love your neighbors, you love yourself, that's some hardcore shit, man. And then that right there, that will turn the ghetto into that will turn the ghetto into the kingdom of heaven overnight, man. If all we did was apply it, all we have to do is apply it. But obviously we don't apply it. Because obviously we and the crazy thing is this, I hear tons of people say the Bible's a white man's book. And those same people love white people, so you should love the book if that's the case, man.
That's right.
So if it's a white man's book and you love white people, you should love the book. Well, is you're just making any excuse to not serve God, man. It's a white man's book. It's a white man's book. Listen, man, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Coming from people that's done no research, especially the Rastafarians, man. They say it's a white man's book, but then all their kids got Bible names, man. Imagine that. It's a white man's book, but their son's called Ezekiel. It's a white man's book, but their son's called Nehemiah. It's a white man's book, but then Selassie is Jesus. It makes no sense, man. Like make your mind up, man. Selassie.
What you're saying is right, man. Black people trying to run away from each other, man. My brother's mum give him a bus pass to send him to a school, Quay out in Warsaw, you know, about Quay out in Warsaw. And guess what? That school just became a black school. Why? Because other black people running from black people too, and that school just became a black school. Then guess what? He can't go there no more. We trying to run from each other. When what we got to do is fix each other, man. You know what I mean? What you're trying to do is like having a house with pests in there, man, and you're running from house to house. When what you could do is just sort the pest problem out. Right. We're trying to run away from black people. All we got to do is come in the UPK and fix black people, man. Then you ain't got to run no more, man. You ain't got to run from neighborhood to neighborhood. You ain't got to run from school to school looking for a better place. How many times have you heard the story, Dangobar? You know, a guy dead in Birmingham. He came from London. His parents moved him, you know, to try to get him from the gangs, and he still ended up dead anyway, man. You know what I mean? I got family members that went to good schools, man, and they're behind bars right now, man. I got cousins that went to good schools, man, and behind bars right now. Why? Because you can't run from your own people. You can't run from these curses, man.
Right.
I mean, these curses stop when you change you. I got aunties that sent my cousins to great schools, man, and they outright said it, Dangobar, no, you ain't going to Aston Manor. Too much black people go there, man. Too much riffraffs go there, man. And them same cousins are in jail, man, or just come out of jail, man. Why? Because schools weren't the problem. My cousins were, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? My family members, the schools weren't the problem. My family members were, man. Didn't matter what school he went to or they went to. They're the problem with selling drugs, man. They're the problem with harming people, man. And that's what my auntie didn't think of, man. So lucky.
And it's crazy because all these schools in the ghetto, the teachers there, they hate black children, man. So this is why we need more black teachers, man. Like what we need is, listen, man. We need more nurses. We need more black teachers. We need more doctors. We need more solicitors. That's what we need, man. I think we got enough nail technicians already, right? I think we got enough nail technicians. I think we need more doctors and nurses and what else have we got too much big mouths already. We need more nurses and doctors and what else have we got too much of?
We got enough food shops, man. We got enough box food, man. We're right, man. We do something else now.
We need more nurses, doctors, solicitors, teachers. We need all of these things to make the black community work, man. That's what we need. We need more professionals, man. Yeah, we need more midwives, all of those kind of things, man.
That's right.
And we need these things. Why? Because these other nations hate our children, man. We need sisters that are gonna do the job with love. Listen, man, I'm telling you, I don't know if you've seen, but the way black women take care of them babies, man, damn. Listen, the way black women love them babies and take care of them babies, man. Listen, Crawford, you know when your kids are babies and you drop them off at your mom's, the way grandma loves them babies, man. Grandma burps them babies and cleans them up and changes the nappy every 5 seconds. And listen, man, sometimes you have to sit back and observe and understand that black women are actually, when they're in their right mind, they're actually great mothers, man.
That's right.
They're actually great mothers, great grandmothers. But what happens is Christianity destroys them and tries to make them be the opposite. Whereas our people are loving by nature. How do you know this? Why do you think so much black women work in care homes, man?
That's
and
right.
what do black women do? They take care of these elderly people. And imagine this: you old racist devils that can barely move, man. Black people take care of you, and you still racially abuse them, man. You still racially abuse them. Do you know how much black workers is racially abused on the job in these care homes? Listen, man, your family put you in the care home because they ain't got the time for you. And black people are coming and changing you and washing you and cleaning you. And all you devils can do is be racist, man. All you devils can do is be racist as could be. You've heard about the racism in them care homes, right? From the old Edomites.
All the UK, man.
Them old Edomites be pulling the black workers' hair and stuff. They're real racist. Talking about I don't want a black staff member to do this. I don't want a black staff member to do that. Listen, man. That's why in the Bible it says the time's coming when you're gonna be our nursing mothers and so forth. Why? Because we've nursed your people for years, man. We've spent our whole life nursing you people, man, and get paid minimum wage for it. Get paid minimum. Imagine you're getting paid about £10, £11 an hour, and you have to wipe some Edomites behind, man. Some Edomites behind with green veins everywhere, man. You have to wipe it. Listen, man. No amount of money pays enough, man. And black people do it, man. Because why? They need to provide for their children. Tell the Indian man who's moaning about eating bread. Tell him become a cleaner, man. Tell him work in a nursing home. So lucky.
So lucky, man. So this is the next one now, man. So this is the big news in the UK, man. So lucky. Let me know when you see it. So this is a new law that's looking to be passed shortly in the UK.
Still loading? Yeah, it's up now.
So it reads, England and Wales judges told not to jail criminals as prisons are full. So in the UK, certain crimes are going to give man a little, turn a little blind eye, because why? They only want to lock up people doing what they consider big crimes. We'll find out what them crimes are. So judges have been told to delay the sentences of convicted criminals currently on bail, including rapists and burglars, because prisons are full. The Guardian understands. And so people are what rapists, man, that rape women. You know what I mean? The government's gonna take time on them. Why? Because jails are too full. You know, you think if jail's full, they'll, let the man that's locked up for fraud or even drugs, man. But rapists. And what's the reason? Child molestation and rape crimes are usually done by middle-aged white men, man. That's why they get all the slack. And knife crime is usually done by black men in their teens to early 20s. That's why you get 10 years for a knife, man, 7 years for a knife. That's crazy, man. I feel like you're done, but I don't even chime in.
Listen, man. Jeffrey Dahmer is about to be in your neighborhood, man. Jeffrey Dahmer is about to be in your neighborhood talking about, what was he saying to the boys? He wants to take photographs of them. Is that what you're saying? Jeffrey Dahmer is about to be in your neighborhood, man. Why? Because the prisons is full, man. So Jeffrey Dahmer is going to be in your neighborhood with 1 victim, 2 victims, and they're not going to put him in jail, man. Why? Because the prisons is full. Imagine now these grooming gangs is about to is about to start kidnapping women off the street, man. They're going to tell these women there's no point phoning the police because we're not going to go to jail, man. All these grooming gangs is excited, man. What these prison staff should have done, if the prison's full, what they should do is free people that's in jail for petty crimes, man. Listen, there was a black man that was in jail for stealing some food or something. What was that man in jail for when he went on the run? Remember that black man then he started appearing on podcasts?
So the what?
He started appearing on podcasts. I think he went on. He went on Chop Shop. Remember?
Oh yeah, I can't remember. But I remember it was an IPC. Or something like that. Let him out.
What did he do? Though? What did he do?
Can't recall. It was a while ago. Yeah, you got good memory, man.
So now people like him, free him, man. There's other people in jail who's been in jail for a long time and they're remorseful. Why don't you free those? Why don't you free those men that went to jail in the 2010 riots, man? Why don't you free them and say, you know what? Okay, you're reformed now. Free them, but they're not going to do. Listen, why don't you free those men from 2003, man? That done the shooting in Aston. Sure, they've been in there for like what 20 years now. Why don't you free them, man? But no, they're not going to do it. They're going to leave black people in jail, and these rapists is going to get to walk free, man. Which means a man that's a sexual deviant now he sees there's no law, man. He sees there's no law against what he's going to do. There's no law, and he's going to go and try and rape whoever he can rape. Why? Because he knows there's no punishment that comes with it, man. They should be jailed. And this is what happens when you let a corrupt people run a country, man. This is what happens when you let a corrupt people who agree with rape run a country. I mean, the Greeks and the Romans was known for raping. And these Edomites is an extension of the Greeks and the Romans, so it don't surprise me that they don't have no morals. Back then, they was raping everything, man. And it wasn't punished. There was no punishment for it. And it makes sense why they're doing this now. Why? Because they're still them Greeks and the Romans who were sexual deviants. So look it.
That's like Sarpon, right, man? Sarpon goes, how come? He goes, they should make more jails for rapists. David Cameron had money to build a prison in Jamaica. All of a sudden, they ain't got no money to build prisons for these rapists. That's absolutely correct, man. You know what I mean? And it's what the Bible says about rape, man. They're trying to make out like rape ain't a big deal. We can, let them off, turn the blind eye. But the Bible says otherwise, man. This is Deuteronomy 22 and 25. Said, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. That's what God said, man. God said, don't give him a blind. God said, don't give him bail. God said, a man that rapes a woman is supposed to die, man. I ain't saying go out there and kill nobody, but listen, God saw this crime serious enough to put a man to death, man. That's how serious it is, man. It ain't nothing that we can let off. It ain't nothing that we can turn a blind eye to, man. When you rape somebody, when you rape a woman, you take her innocence, man. She ain't the same again. Most rape victims either become lesbian or, become aggressive, man. When you rape someone, you do something to them and you're saying it's nothing, it's no big deal. Listen, man, you can put your trust in England if you want. You can be that fool, man. We won't, man. You know what I mean? England ain't got the answers for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. I never thought us to the day. I knew the Bible was the answers, and I knew that England didn't have the answers, man. But I never thought us to the day where England would say, yeah, we're gonna, not put rapists in jail, man. Put
Mhm.
rapists in jail. The UPK is the only place where a woman can feel safe, man. In the
Right.
UPK, you can't rape none of our women, man. Listen,
Mhm.
you won't rape them and you lose your life. Listen, the woman, you can't rape the woman anyway. They won't allow you to. They'll kill you, man. And if we ever catch you as well, listen, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. We're burning the whole block down. You can't rape none of our sisters, man. You can't rape none of our kids, man. It won't happen. So luck, yeah. So if you're a rapist out there thinking, yeah, I got a pass, man. Listen, you better be careful, man. When you're thinking about raping a black woman, you better be careful, man. Because listen, it will cost you your life. So luck, yeah.
Mhm. You're gonna think you see Levi and Simeon, so luck you. You're gonna be thinking this is Levi and Simeon all over again. So luck you.
Let me read on. So luck. Let me read on a bit more. Verse 26. It goes, but unto the damsel, thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. And saying to the woman, there's no sin worthy of death. She didn't do nothing. She mind their business and got raped by some man that got no game, man. Imagine that Dunga boy, you got to rape a woman, man.
Mm.
Yeah, imagine that. Listen, it's not the same. Imagine Dunga boy, you can get a woman to love you willingly, man. Consensual. Imagine a woman wants to give you her body. She wants to, she sees you and goes, yo, listen, I want to give you my body, man. I want to lie down with you. Then the next man, I got to force a woman, man. Listen, that's how you got to do it. I don't know, man. So, me personally, I couldn't sleep at night knowing that I got to force a woman or pull a knife on her or use brute strength, man. How about you use your words, man? Use your game, man. Make a woman give it to you, man. But it's like a double boss. Some man rather take it. I don't know. That's on them.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible goes, there's no sin to that woman. That woman did nothing wrong. She was minding her business and some sexual deviant had to force her and you do what he had to do, man. Rip her legs open or hit her over the head. Whatever these rapists do, so luck you. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, so is this matter. And look at the Bible says. The Bible says raping a woman is like killing her, man. It's the same as murder, same as unaliving. The Bible goes the way a man will rise against his neighbor and slay him. That is the same as race. That's the same as raping a woman, man. Rape is the same as murder, man. When you rape a woman, you murder a woman, you take away innocence, man. Imagine that Dunga boy, you're like an innocent woman's minding your business, and some man that you don't find attractive is just raping you, man. Imagine that Dunga boy. Imagine someone you don't find attractive on top of you, man. You're like, oh, get off me, man. It's a lucky, man.
That's it, man. Listen, if you like a woman and she don't like you, just find one that likes you, man.
That's right.
Surely one will like you. Listen, man, just find one that likes you. Listen, you're speaking to a woman and she ain't interested. Just find one that likes you, man. It's not hard.
That's right.
Now, it's a woman's God-given right to not be interested in you, man. She's allowed to not be interested in you, man. Same like it's a man's right to not be interested in every woman, man. It's a woman's right to not. It's a woman's right to not find you attractive and to say you're not my type. Listen, man. But you know what? I'd rather a woman say to me. I'd rather a woman listen. Before I ever get friend zoned, I'd rather a woman say to me, he's not my type. I'd rather that. I can live with that. You see, if a woman says, he's ugly, is not my type, I can live with that. But yo, imagine me doing all of this, changing tires and doing all of this nice stuff for a woman that's clearly not interested, and her saying, oh, he's so nice, but he's my friend, there's somebody else out there for him. No. You're not going to say that about me.
I hear you. I can't. You're right. You know, I can't live with that. I'd rather a woman say no, like you straight up. I can live with that. The woman go, "Oh, you're such a nice person. You're not my type, but you're so nice." Nah, man. I'd rather just you just leave me alone, man. That me changing tires and you like somebody else. That I can't, man. I'd rather ain't nothing wrong with a woman, you know, not liking you. I can live with that. You're right, still.
I'd rather a woman say, "Nah, he's ugly." I'd rather her call me ugly. I'll take that. I'd rather say, him. I'd rather her say he tried it with me, but he's ugly. I'd rather her say he thinks he's too nice and he tried it with me, but he's ugly. But I can't live with her saying he's such a nice guy, but he's not for me. He's such a nice guy. He changes my tires and he answers my calls and he takes me for food and I'm just his friend. I can't live with that. With me, yeah, what you're gonna say is he tried it with me and I told him I'm not interested and he shouted out, "You butters anyway." I'd rather her say that. Listen. I'm gonna do that. She's not interested in me, crap. I'm gonna shout out, "You butters," and I can live with that. I can live with her saying, "Oh, he's bitter because he couldn't get me." I can live with that. I can live with her saying he's bitter because he couldn't get me. but I can't live with the friend zone stuff. I can't do that.
No, I can't do it still. You ever heard the term the food dude? You get me? I can't be the food dude, man. The food dude, for anyone that don't know, is you got some women that are kind of pretty and they know they can get stuff because they're pretty, so they'll put on Snapchat, I'm hungry, who's bringing me food? And that food dude apparently will just go down there and bring down a Mackies or bring down a cake. Imagine that Dunga bar, nighttime, you're getting out of your bed, asking the girl, yo, so what do you want? No, they ain't got chicken sandwich, no. You want anything else? Yeah, Big Mac instead. And it's giving a girl a bag of food, and she says thank you, takes the bag, gives you a hug, and watch you walk back to your car. Oh, I couldn't do Dunga bar. Like I'd rather just not be interested. Imagine I got out of my bed. Imagine she even paying for it. He's giving the food like thank you. What the fuck am I as that? What am I Uber Eats? Nah, man. I couldn't do it. So lucky. If you're a man that can do that, then that's on you. But me personally, nah, man. That would have burned, man. And they give a little hug. Meanwhile, Dunga bar, there's a man there out there that ain't doing none of that for them. And he's lying in their bed.
Exactly.
He's getting everything that you want, and he ain't getting out of his bed. He's like, nah, man, I'm tired, man. Listen, man, don't be that brother, man. So luck, yeah.
That's it, man. There's two types of men in the world. There's the man that gets friend zoned and does all these things for a woman that's not interested in him. Don't do that, man. When you do that, her and all her friends are laughing at you, telling her to use you. Her friends are saying, "Oh, phone such and such, he will give us a lift." That's what they say. They say, "Phone such and such, he will give us a lift." And imagine you think you're dropping them to their other friend's house. You're dropping them to go and see men that they want to see. And these other men know, and these other men are talking about you like, "Oh, he's a waste man. He is. I could never do that for no." Listen, don't be that guy, man. Listen, if you are that guy, you get in contact with the I.S.U.P.K. We will teach you not to be that guy, man. We'll teach you not to be that guy that's changing tires and bringing her food and being used by some woman that ain't interested in you. You come to the I.S.U.P.K. and we'll teach you how to be a man. Listen, man, you spend a week with me, she's going to be saying, such and such ain't a gentleman no more. That's what she's going to be saying. He ain't a gentleman no more. Because she's going to phone you. You're going to answer the phone, what, man? That's what you're going to answer. You're going to answer what? And then she's going to say, can you bring me food? And you're going to say, yo, who am I? You're going to say, who am I? I ain't doing that. That's how you want to be, man. She's asking you for these things. You're going to answer the phone like, what am I doing that for? I don't know what men you're used to, but that ain't me. And then guess what? Right. Once you do that, you actually might get the woman.
That's right.
Yeah, she actually might be attracted to your masculinity, man.
That's right.
She actually might say, this guy's not a sucker. I like the way he's putting me in my place, man. This is what I'm saying, man. Get me? Listen, in here we'll teach you how to get women, man. Give you some game. Get me? This is what you do. You walk up to women, you give them the phone like this. Just put this in because I'm phoning you tonight. Get me? You just walk up to them, put your number in, I'm phoning you tonight. So luck you. I yield. I yield.
Do you at least unlock the phone?
Yeah?
You don't unlock the phone first, now?
No, listen. You see when you're confident, when you speak to a woman and you're confident, you pull out the phone before she's even said she's giving you the number. Get me? Listen, I've been in the club sometimes and I've seen men pull out their phone like they're getting the number and they don't get the number. They're just standing there with the phone in their hand.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever pull out the phone. Don't ever pull out the phone until it's a done deal. I see man pull out the phone, yeah, the girl walks off and they try to stand it offline. Don't pull out the phone, man. It's a done deal.
Make sure you get in the number before you take the phone out, man. Because if you have the phone out before you get in the number, we all can see that you got rejected. At least if she's not interested, no one knows that you asked for the number. You can just listen, man. We're gonna have to teach Slocky. We're gonna have to teach them one of the days, Slocky.
We have a new podcast. A new podcast. They call it the algorithm.
Yeah.
The algorithm.
You might have to sign up to the Patreon. Listen, we're charging you for this one. I'm telling you, this game won't be free. You're gonna have to pay for this game, so luck you.
Trust me. You can't be pulling out. I've seen it happen loads of times. Man pull out the phone before they get down, man. Please, because let me get the last topic anyway, real quick. 1 second. So this is the Guyanese president talking to remember Richard from Richard and Judy, talking to Richard about what's it called, reparations, man. Listen, I used to like Richard until today, man. It pissed me off. So luck, yeah. I Again, Dungabar, I thought Richie was a cool white guy. And I remembered, man.
By this. Why should somebody who maybe had an ancestor 7 or 8 generations ago, long before they were a twinkle in their great-great-great-great-grandparents' eye, why should they have to pay now for what an ancient ancestor did? Or why should they apologise for what an ancestor did centuries ago? Why do they still carry that burden?
Sir, have you been drinking this evening?
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Oh, it's not a burden at all. You are one of the beneficiaries of that slave trade.
Damn!
So this is not a burden. You should be concerned, and you should pay, because you today are still benefiting from the greatest indignity to a human being, and that is the slave trade. And not only did you benefit during the slave trade and your country develop, but look at what it caused the developing world. During slavery, resources was used to build your country, build up your capacity. You were able to then become competitive. You were able to invest in mechanization, and developing countries like ours were left behind. So you should be very concerned, because you are a prime beneficiary of the exploits of slavery.
So put a figure on it, please, because it always comes down to the bottom line. How much should an individual taxpayer in a country like the UK be signing a cheque to a country like yours, Ghana?
Well, it's easy to calculate. We can use the time value of money. You can look at the period of slavery and the contribution well, not the contribution, the extraction of wealth from countries like ours, and how it was utilized to build your society, build your country, create wealth in your country, and then add the time value of money, and you will get the value. There's a lot of research paper on this. A lot of universities would have done paper on this. There's enough literature to tell us what that value is. But I want to say that it is not only the value, it is the loss of time. It is a loss of competitiveness. It is a loss of human dignity. It is a loss of our education system. It is a culture that we lost. It is all of this indignity that surrounded slavery that we must consider.
I just wonder, people will be wondering what, you explained that there are calculations, but are you able to say in what measure that would be? I mean, are we talking billions, millions? What would you expect the payout to be, and over what period of time?
It is a loss of our education system. It is a culture that we lost. It is all of this indignity that surrounded slavery that we must consider.
I just wonder, people will be wondering what, you explained that there are calculations, but are you able to say in what measure that would be? I mean, are we talking billions, millions? What would you expect the payout to be, and over what period of time?
Well, you know, this year in Guyana, we commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Demerara Rebellion. And it took 200 years to get an apology from one of the families. I don't believe that you would want us to wait 200 years for reparative justice and for us to take this conversation forward. CARICOM would have set out a 10-point plan on what should constitute reparative justice and what should constitute reparation. And the calculation goes into billions for the region.
How far back, though, do we have to go on this? Because you make the point, we're talking exclusively here about Western imperialistic slavery, to summarise it. But almost every civilization on the planet owes its existence and its prosperity almost always to crimes in the past, be they aggressive wars, be they different forms of slavery involving different movements of population. You can go right back to the Greeks and the Romans. Why just target one particular era in history? Some would say that's the arguments of political convenience. It's a handy handle to hang your argument on.
I think you're doing a great injustice to compare slavery with any other of the historical facts that you're mentioning.
I was including other forms of
It's
slavery. No,
doing
but I was including other
to the
examples of slavery as
indignity-
well.
To the indignity that slavery brought to people. That is the first thing. And I'll give you an example. Coming on to your program a few moments ago, you were speaking about net zero and climate justice. We are speaking about, the world is speaking today about climate justice and compensation and how we address the issues of climate change. And this is the problem. We live in a very unjust society. You know, we condemn completely the war in Ukraine. But if you look at the mobilization of resources in the war in Ukraine, in 2 years, you have mobilized more support for Ukraine than we have mobilized for Haiti for 60 years. You have mobilized more support for Ukraine than we have mobilized for Palestine for 20 years. You have mobilized more support for Ukraine in just 1.5 years than we mobilized to address the issue of hunger in Africa for 3 years. And that is the type of, unjust way we have been dealing with these crises. And we are
Very briefly, coming back to where we came in, one of the points you're going to be making today is about our royal family. And you feel that it's not just about the finances involved here in terms of reparations for slavery, it's about the gestures. And you think that the British royal family should make a big gesture, don't you? What do you mean? Hand over a palace to your country?
Well, no, we don't want the British to hand over a palace that we built.
You're going to learn today.
You know, if you go into many of the palaces in Britain, you will see the lovely green heartwood from Guyana.
Listen, why is Richard so angry, man? Richard, pissed. The man saying he wants to get payback. That's the problem with the oppressor, man. The oppressor want to use black people and they want you to shut up about it. And when you mention it, and when you remind them how evil they are and what they've done to black people, they don't want to hear it, man. They want to shut up and just die in silence, man. Richard getting angry. How much money should we give you? How much? Listen, man. The so-called Jewish man was paid reparations by the Germans, man. To this day, they give Nazi survivors money for the Holocaust. And when we talk about slavery and reparations, this oppressor getting angry, man. So what do you want? You want Buckingham Palace? How far back should we go? Listen, that's the problem. They want to use black people and then tell us to shut up about it, man. Don't mention it. It's in the past. Move over. Let me tell you something. It may be in the past. And you might want to get over it. That's not a problem, man. But there's only one way to get over it, man. And that is if we get justice first, man. If you steal a man's wallet, you can't just tell a man sorry. You can't say I stole your wallet, but I'm a changed person now. You got to give him back that wallet, man. And likewise, you got to give us back everything you stole, man. And the oppressor ain't gonna. So Jesus Christ is gonna force him to give it back, man. Slacky dog about.
And what he said was, listen, he dropped it so heavy and they couldn't get around what he was saying, man. And he tried to be sarcastic, like, oh, so do you want them to give you a palace? Like it's being sarcastic when the president's being serious, man. He's mentioning what every civilization's enslaved people. Listen, we don't care about that. We're talking about you today, man. We're talking about you today, man. Listen, whatever the other civilizations is doing, we want to talk about you today. Because your slavery, you stole our nationality and everything, man. That's what we want to talk about today. We want to talk about like what he said. You've helped Ukraine and you ain't helped the Haitians or nobody else, which is true, man. And they can't even deny that. This president's bringing out the facts, and it's a beautiful thing what he's doing, which shows that the people of Guyana know that the oppressor is the devil, man. That's what it shows. Right. All these things needs to come out so people can see. So people who ain't as smart as him can see, damn, that's true. They help the Ukrainians, but they don't help us. And then that way people begin to fall away from all of these people that they're loving so much. And they'll realize they don't love them back. So it's kind of good that he used that platform to tell the truth, man. Whereas most black people get on that platform and start talking about forgiving everybody, man. Start talking about forgiving the world and forgiving everybody. He didn't do that, man. He went and then he spoke the truth, man. And that's what and that's why I guarantee you that most people ain't seen that video. I'm telling you, they're gonna wanna hide that one from the archives, man. Because black people are gonna see that and they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, it's true, you know. We didn't get no reparations. It took 200 years to apologize. The people that should have apologized in their time are dead and gone and didn't apologize. It's crazy, man. It's lucky.
I like what you said. It's correct, man. The oppressor got a famous style that whenever he speaks about what he does, he likes to deflect and push it onto somebody else. Whenever he talks about slavery, he talks about, well, the Africans sold you. We're talking about you, man. Listen, talk about, can you go to jail for killing someone and say, well, you know, so-and-so killed someone too. This I don't give a damn about. We're talking about you, man. We're talking about your involvement in slavery, what you gained from slavery, what you should pay back from slavery. Right. You're talking about, well, other nations, you know, most nations were built off slavery. That's their beef, man. You know what I mean? The Japanese enslaved the Chinese. We know about that, man. And that's a Japanese and Chinese beef, man. The Arabs conquered parts of Africa, man. That's an Arab and African beef, man. Rather than I'm talking about my beef with you. Did your people enslave black people? Yes or not? The answer is yes, man. And therefore, your people should pay. Simple as that, man. I'm sick of them deflecting to the Africans. Well, you know, it was Africans that sold you. You know what I mean? You sold your own people. Forget who sold who, man. The fact is that you know slavery is wrong and you built an empire of slavery, man. And that's what Richard tried to do, man. It's Richard, isn't it? What happened to Judy? She's not about no more. Is it Judy still alive?
Who's that?
Richard's wife, man. Richard and Judy. She'll remember back in the day.
Honestly, I don't know who they are.
Come on, man. When you watch the morning TV, you be getting dressed in the morning for school and see, come on this morning. But yeah, man, the Richard and Judy show.
I don't remember them, so okay. I for the life of me, I'm trying to think, who are they?
Ain't no certain, man. But yo, tomorrow, Birmingham camp, outside the boring. Make sure you're there. You know what I mean? 12 o'clock till late. We're gonna be there, blaze up the streets. Make sure you're there, man. It's gonna be a mad one. When's the next feature down the Bob Show?
December 6th at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Feast and dedication. Come on down.
Okay, make sure you're there. Fancy garment, bring the kids, all blacks, Hispanics, Native Indian borns. All welcome. With that, shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Shit lit, alright? Run that joint. I promise you, this shit lit, cuz this shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. I already know what it is. 140 for the rubber.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbill move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze, I'll run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's by any little nigga, this that cult need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK bad man, I been to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one west practical, gladiator, maximal. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who